Evening, everyone. It's a few minutes after 7, actually 7:15, kind of late for me, but when you get to be old like me, you have to do things like going out and getting your shingles vaccine. Um, in any event, this is your closing comment. It's video number 1132 for February the 1st. Okay, so I'm just going to mention this quickly. Telephone, I mentioned it this morning, spinning off the Warner Media piece and cutting their dividend dramatically from $2.80 all the way back down to $1.11. And the stock closed down $1.14 at 24.36, and that was about 4.5%. But the real news today, excuse me, the real news today, well, there are a couple of them. I mentioned AMC and the fact that, they only lose a little on each customer as their volume continues. It was up 259 this morning. And tonight, at the end of the day, it had given back most of that gain. It did close up 16.98, up 92 cents after trading. Never got as high as the pre-market. The high of the day here was 1871, and it finished about over $2 lower, so about three quarters down on the range. But tonight we had earnings and unbelievable numbers. Google beat. It had closed up 46 at 27.52, and they also announced a 20-to-1 split, and the stock traded up to 2,996 and change. The last was 29.96, up 289.88, 10.7%. That's a major move. Unfortunately, some of the others didn't do quite so well. Let me just give you the one other that was up, and that was AMD. Also closed 116.78 before reporting, up 253, and closed at 128.75, up 14.35 or 13%. I don't know how they managed to bring General Motors back up. It had closed at 54.07, up $1.34 before they reported yet another miss. They took the stock down to 50.25. Like I said, I have no clue how they managed to get it back, but get it back they did. They got it to 54.66, up $1.88, so about a half a dollar higher than the regular close. Okay, for the losers, EA, Electronic Arts, um, a beat, but very poor guidance for the next quarter and one of their big releases. It was down 272 at the close at 129.94, got down as low as 120.45, managed to get back to 127, still down 509 or 4%. Starbucks with a miss and problems with the unions, I'm assuming, because it was their operating margins that got hurt. The stock had closed up 44 cents at 98.76, then traded all the way down to 93.01. The last is 97.80, which came back a bit but was still down 4.2%. And the big loser was PayPal, with just an outright miss and some crappy guidance, and also, um, you know, problems. The stock had closed at 175.80, up 386. It traded up first to 179 and then traded all the way down to 144.10. And the last on it is 145.16. And that is a huge loss on the day. It actually closed on the low 145.40, down 26.54, or 15.5%. So there are some problems there. Um, I haven't heard the conference call. I haven't looked at the transcript, but those are some pretty ugly numbers. ADP is tomorrow, the monthly number and the payroll number, and mortgage apps, which I only mention because they're listed here. In point of fact, they don't mean a thing. And they come out weekly, so I'm never concerned about that. So, everybody's least favorite jackass on Wall Street, Jim Cramer. I don't watch him, but a friend of mine had called me the other night when he was doing his incredibly stupid rendition of why everybody should buy SARK, the ARC Innovation Funds inverse. And tonight, I don't know what happened. That same friend called me and said Kramer did a 180-degree shift. He went through every one of Kathy Wood's stocks and told everybody how great they were and how good their metrics were. And like always, the perfect, absolutely perfect contrary indicator. Okay, market closed up 273 and change, 0.78. Nasdaq up 106, S&P up 31. The two big winners, though, were the Russell up 1.1%, up 22.29, and the Dow Jones Transports up 327.65, or 2.14. That's a huge gain. The one thing that I will tell you, even though advanced declines were 3-1 both on NYSE and NASDAQ, was that the volume continues to shrink. It was down another 10% today to only 4.5 billion. Usually in these kind of rallies, you'd rather see uh, more volume on the upside. Not a great sign. As far as commodities went today, here, the chart on the screen is the oil. They brought it all the way back down to test these lows around 86, got it down to 86.55, and then rammed it right back up. Only closed up a nickel, but it was up on the day. And tonight it's up another 30 cents, 26 cents. Gold was up 5. It had been up about 15, I believe, was the high. Very disappointed there. We are actually long the GLD, so I don't really have a lot of complaint about it. We were in them at $1.28, and I think the options, even with this sell off back to mid range and failure to be able to get through that 1810 area again, I think that those options closed in the neighborhood of $1.66 or $1.67. So still a nice trade. Um, Bitcoin up 100, the dollar down 16 cents, and bonds down about a quarter of a point. Um, Another interesting one was the nat gas today, which overnight had been very strong. It had traded well over um, $5, I believe 5.10 or so. High of the day yesterday was 505. High today was 497. Closed 475, down towards the low. And tonight it's up a little. It's up 12 cents. But I still think there's going to be a problem here between maybe 520 and 510. All right, everyone. Have a good evening. I'll be back in the